What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the show. I'm sendesdhaiti. I'm your host. Your host. Welcome back. I'd like to welcome you all to the Market Alert show, where you get fine-tuned analytics and trade secrets for options tradings. And this isn't the early morning 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. club, but it's better late than never. So right now it's 9:30, 9:28, right before the market opens. So this is actually a prime time for us to get some real-time analytics in. So before we begin, I'd like to get into our announcements. So first things first, I'd like for you all to join my business team. I'd like for you all to join my business team. Hold on. This thing is like half now. There we go. You don't have half the audio. So hopefully it fixes itself. So again, we got our announcements. I'd like for you all to join my business team. Secondly, I'll have that in the description below. It's gonna take you to an email app where you can register a meeting time with me, so that we could give you, better details about this business opportunity. Okay, so if you'd like to make money off of services, utility services, specifically such as like gas, electric, mobile, internet, TV, things like those, feel free to hit that link and you'll register for a time where we'll help you out with that. And of course, I have a platform in the works that you'll be able to use to profit off of services. If you have a business that you'd like to use this platform for to 10x your business, it's the platform for you. And then last but not least, market alerts. We usually feature the show every 4 a.m. To 5 a.m. and then every 6 p.m. We might start doing 9:30s just because 4 a.m. might be a little tougher. And this probably works better as a time, 9:30. So I might change it to that. And last but not least, how you can support the show. There's going to be a Cash App link on this screen as well as the description below. And let's get into this. It just turned 9:31 right now. So right now, the market is up. Unless it is Labor Day. Let's take a look real quick. Let's take a look on Goggle real quick. Let's see if it is Labor Day week. Labor Day. I don't know how to spell Labor Day. So it's today, actually, September 5th. Wait, September 4th. Oh, damn, it's September 4th today. So, well, sorry, y'all. I guess there's not gonna be a 9:30 market alert, but we could still look at some things in preparation for tomorrow. So first things first, my go-to, I always look at this regardless of where the market is Apple right now. Right now, I usually mark down my notes for each one I look at. So right now we have Apple. Right now is at 189.92 from the last 42. My bad. Okay, so from the last closing, so that should be somewhere around Friday, unless it moved after market. So as you all know, it's come back from a steep dive from 192 from the month before. So it dove to 172 at the lowest of this last month, and it's I wouldn't say it's a slow crawl back to 190, but it was definitely overnight that it looked like it came back. And as you can see, let's look at NASDAQ. And usually one of the things, which one is the NASDAQ? Doosh. And DX. Okay. So as you can see, Apple follows the same trend. Apple follows the same trend as NASDAQ. So being that NASDAQ did take a major dip, same way Apple took the dip. You can see Apple closely follows the trend of the NASDAQ index. So I always look at those two in tandem. But one of the other market tellers that I usually look at is Riot Platforms. So as you all know, I featured Riot Platforms in the first Market Alert show, and at that time I believe it was somewhere around 17 or 18. I luckily I lucked out and sold before the dip. So I sold somewhere around 18.50 to 19. So I made somewhere around $2 to $3 profit off of that. And with two contracts. So I made a decent profit off of that, somewhere around 200. So let's look at Riot. So it looks like Riot, it did bounce back somewhat. Its lowest, I believe, was somewhere around 10 or 11. But as you could see, it moved to a hike, following a similar trend as NASDAQ actually. However, it never did bounce back from its previous levels after the dip. So Apple recovered, Riot did not. So I'm guessing we can come back to Riot now though. Now that it's looking a little bit healthier, the trends are looking a little bit more predictable. But as you can see, we're reaching some lower after this hike up to 1250. You know, as you could see, if you're familiar with market analysis and chart analysis, stuff like that, we could see that it's having some lower lows here, lower lows and lower highs. So it might be on a slight trend, approaching back down to 10 here, but I always give it a little bit of leeway just in case this low here bounces back past this high point. So I always give it about 1 to 2 week range just to see where that's gonna go, for it to break past its high. But knowing Apple, anything can go with that one. So now let's look at Sony. since Sony is in the same industry as Apple, since Apple is now competing um, in the market of video games with their virtual reality goggles, they are in the same sector for that industry now as Sony. So of course we need to take a look at Sony. And just mark down. So 5, right. Then we have Sony, which right now is at 85.26. Okay, so Sony is at 85.26. From the last time I looked, where am I? The last time I looked, Sony was at 85.47. That was about August. That was mid-August. So it was actually on a trend up. 193%, or about $1.62. 162. So at that point it was going up. So as you can see, when was the last time that was this lowest here is actually after that hike up to 85. It went down to a low of 80. It went down to a steep low of 80, but as you know, well, actually, let's take a look. What index of Sony? What index is Sony in? Sony stock index. So as you can see, it is in the New York Stock Exchange. Again, if any of you have any better ways of finding this information, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. If you'd like to leave some pointers on how I could find these index, the info that I need. For example, like if I was looking for the Sony indexes, you know, if you have a resource that I could find better index analytics for specific stocks, that would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so I'm not really seeing if it's in the NASDAQ. Is Sony in NASDAQ? Google Finance. Sony is in the NASDAQ. Okay, so yeah, Sony is in the NASDAQ, and comparing it to the NASDAQ chart, over a month span, from August 7th to now. So this is the trend that it was following. This is the trend that Sony followed. So as you can see, it is closely resembling the NASDAQ. And then let's take a look at Apple. take a look at the Apple chart for 1 month span, it's actually a much higher trend towards back up to where its normal levels were. Then let's look at Riot. Okay, and as you can see, Riot platforms never recovered, so they actually are still battling that dip. They're still battling that dip. So all three of these right now are on the Nasdaq. So tomorrow we might make a play on. I feel like Riot might be a good bet for the future going long. About say a couple of months out. I'd probably look to hold somewhere near where in September, October, November, December, latest December and on. December and upward, I'd say is a good holding opportunity for Riot. Just because, like, you know, the last time I've really eaten off of Riot, it was during somewhere after the New Year's. That's when I've seen it it progress the most. But you know, times can always change. But from its current trend, that's where I'd say I'd hold. For Sony, I'm a little bit indifferent about Sony. If I was looking to short squeeze it, this would probably be a good time to get in for a short squeeze before. I'd probably see it go to somewhere around like 86, 86.50, 87. I don't think it would go to 87 in the next coming week. But 86, 86.50, you know, a short squeeze for somewhere around $1.50. That seems like a possible bet for Sony. And for Apple, you already know. Right now it's at 189. I'd say it dips to 187 this week to go back up to 189, 188. Maybe it might push to 190 this week. So you could expect a spread somewhere around like $2 to $3 first opening moves. So first opening moves of the week. So that might be a play for you. But that's all we're gonna have for today. I thought the market would be open today, but it's actually probably a good thing. I kind of woke up a little late. That's why you didn't get the 5 a.m. to 4 a.m. one, 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. one. But, you know, better late than never. So I'm Sendesdhaiti. Again, if you'd like to join our business team, it's going to be a link in the description below where you could sign up for a time with me. A little 15 to 20 minute time slot. Make sure you're free. And that rhyme. Where you'll get detailed information about this services business, where you could get paid off of utility service such as gas, electric, mobile phone services, family. We have family plans, internet, TV, the likes. Hit the line, and yeah, let's make some money together. And of course, don't forget to support the show. Like, comment, subscribe. I'd like to hear your comments about what you heard in this video so far. If you found it helpful, I greatly appreciate the feedback. And of course, support the Cash App. Hit that Cash App. I'll have it pinned to this video as well as the description. look to see you all again tomorrow, actually. I might pop up back here again later on for one of our other shows, most likely the Get Up show, which is our lifestyle lifestyle show, and this is our financial show. So pop back in here either later on or tomorrow, and we'll have some good stuff for y'all. So again, I'm sendesdhaiti, and I've been your host.